Well, hello, farming friends. Welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose. And welcome back to Manchester, where we are playing with the Soul mod installed. For those of you who were with us earlier this week, you know that the last time on Manchester, we did a little spraying in Field 1, tended to the farm a little bit, hauled some things around. We are still on day 4 of our first planting and day 3 of our field 1 planting, which means when this day is over, we are harvesting again. In the last video, I also mentioned this oxbow here about some issues I was having for it. You'll notice it is unfolded again. And as I said, I'm having an issue with it when it's parked folded and I exit the game, save the game, and come back in, it ends up unfolded, and that's not good, and that really annoys me. Means I can't put it under a shed next to any vehicles or it causes problems. So guess what? It's going bye-bye. Yeah, I don't really love it that much. I wanted to use something different, and I used something different, and something different didn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy, so goodbye. Sorry, Joe. Maybe you ought to fix that. Let's see. Like he cares, my opinion. I don't care what anybody's opinion is. Let's see. What else are we doing? We got a high demand for potatoes right as we started to end off our last stream. So that's what we need to take care of today. We need to haul off some potatoes and get those sold off. And that's what we'll be doing. And if we have some time left over, we will probably head over to the beef cattle farm. We've got to harvest some oranges, and then we yeah, we got to go from there and do a couple of things. So anyways, that's a game plan anyways for today. But do whatever time allows me to do today. How about that? So we got quite a bit of potatoes that need to be sold off. I'll kind of hold on to just a little bit of them, not get the rest. No, I haven't taken the time to get into the Giants editor and get space made for the new equipment shed. I just hadn't had time. Got too much other stuff going on right now to deal with that, so it hadn't really happened yet. It will eventually happen, but with it being Christmas time and parades and Christmas shows and things of that nature, it's just not a priority for me to get that done. Oops, wrong button. There we go. All right, let's head on out. So we're headed over to the Green Giant facility again, which for those of you who are new to the map, that's going to be down here in the southeast quad of the map, all the way down at the very bottom southeast corner. That's where we're headed to. And we'll haul these spuds away, sell them off, make a buck. So anyways, no live stream on Thursday. I know some people are probably wondering what happened, why I wasn't there. I did take a gander at the whole dedicated server thing. Wasn't anybody on when I jumped on there, and I wasn't really feeling it, so I didn't really see any needs to stick around. And then I it wasn't all Star Wars. So, yeah, you know, it won out. So, sorry. Alright, so, with that said, there will be a live stream tonight. I am recording this on Friday morning. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning here. I'm recording this, and but I'll get this done and put up for you guys so you have something to watch Friday morning, and then Friday evening, we'll do a live stream. The game plan is sell off the potatoes, get the oranges done, all that stuff, and then get ourselves in a position to be ready to harvest on the next day cycle. And that's probably what we'll do on Friday night. So there'll be a live stream Friday evening that will start around 7 probably. Go for about 2 hours, and then I'll take a break, and there'll be another live stream around 10:30, 11 o'clock, depending on what time Alex wants to start. And I believe we are going to play Construction Simulator Friday night. I'm not really sure what we're doing Friday night. I need to talk to him about that. He wants to do a there's a new DLC for Construction Sim out. Oh, come on. That is a children's hospital, or it's a hospital facility. And Alex wants to get together and build it with me, Jimmy Dolly, I think Dan. But anyways, 4 or 5 of us get together and build it and live stream it at one time. And while we're doing the live stream, encourage people to donate, and all the proceeds of it go, I think, towards Children's Hospital. I think that's who he said he wanted to give it to, which is a great idea, and I'm totally behind that 100%. So that may be what we do Friday, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind giving it a week to promote it. But at the same point, even if we did do that, we could set it up so in the archive you could do donations, for the month of December or whatever, and at the end of the month, all the donations would go to charity. So I just got to check with him, see what he wants to do on that. But that may be Friday night that we do that. Though we do have a few other jobs pending that we still need to finish up. The bridge is one of those. So we'll see what happens. But one day there is going to be a hospital gig done where we do it, and that'll be one time when I ask and solicit for donations. And don't feel obligated to, but if you want to, it would be greatly appreciated. So like I said, that may be Friday night, but it may be Friday, maybe Saturday. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, we'll be doing some farm sim tonight on Manchester, and we'll get the harvest started. So that'll be what we're doing during the live stream. What else is going on? Been doing a lot of trucking on the multiplayer. Just messing around with that, and getting used to driving the stock trucks, because I think there'll be a lot more multiplayer with the 4 of us to come, and anybody else that we add into it. I had a lot of fun Wednesday night. If you were able to catch the stream on Wednesday night, it was fun. It was really fun, and it was my first time doing a caravan like that, so I learned a lot. It'll be a lot better on the next stream, and I'm getting more and more comfortable being on the multiplayer server. So, and I sure won't drive an underpowered truck next time with the 4 of them all driving 700s. Alright. So we got quite a few potatoes to haul off here before we can venture into something else. And while we do that, we'll talk a little bit about Farm Sim and some of the comments that I've gotten this week regarding Farm Sim, and answer some of your questions that you guys have had. Let's get pulled back around here, and we will grab these. Let's see. Alright. So while that's filling up here real quick, let me get my screen open so I can look at these. Let's see. Mike is having trouble with a RAR file, and you can't figure out what to do. Downloading the Chrome Big X pack. Mike, if you're downloading and it's a RAR, you have to unpack the RAR using something like WinRAR, and which is free. You can download it. You can use the trial version of it if you don't already have it. WinZip will handle a RAR file as well, I believe. But decompress that RAR file, and that will put together a zip for you. What it is there are 3 or 4 files that are contained within that package for that Chrome Big X pack. There's the Chrome Big X, the trailer, and then there's like a man truck and trailer pack that comes in there. There's like 3 files, I think, total. And so what you have is a pack there instead of just the mod. So you have to unpack it, and that'll give you the 3 files that you put into your mods folder. And that's what you need to do. That's how that works. So you're looking for a program called WinRAR, or anything you can use as a decompression program to unpack a RAR and get the 3 files out of there. And a dude is bound and determined to hit me, and that will work for you. And then those 3 files, like I said, they go into your mods folder, and it will work just fine and dandy for you. And like I said, that's the thing with mods. Not every one of them is a download and drop, where you just simply download it and drop it into your mods folder. You're going to find quite a bit of them are packed, where you've got, which blinker is it? I can't see, on my dashboard which one it is. But yeah, sometimes you'll find those, and you just have to unpack it, go from there, and it'll work fine for you. Christy sent me a note wanting to tell me that he missed the live stream because he had to work. Thank you for letting me know, Chris. Glad you checked in. Do you have a doctor's note or a... No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Somebody's talking about the chicken mod. Let's see. Danny PS4 talking about the chicken mod, and that I had said you didn't have to feed them potatoes to get 100% production out of them. And he came back and said, well, he gave them potatoes and they worked just fine, and he didn't give them wheat. Yeah, it's optional. You can feed them whatever. Basically, you got to keep them fed. That's the biggest thing. Keep them some food in there. All right. So yeah, he's watching quite an old video too. What else is going on? James 29, great video. How do you play multiplayer? That's on Euro Truck. You got to go to es2mp.com. You'll have to register there and download their mod, and you'll use that with Euro Truck. It'll actually launch Euro Truck. They have a really nice section there on how to install it. And you'll install it and you'll use it. Now, what I recommend you do is start from scratch. Maybe give yourself a little money with a money mod or something. Start from scratch and go. Or, if you want, make a complete duplicate copy of your existing profile in Euro Truck and save that somewhere. So if you ever want to go back and play single player, you can swap out the 2 profiles You know, so that you've got a multiplayer profile and a single player profile, because if you have a lot of modded trucks in your profile, you're not going to be able to play those in multiplayer. So what I did, since I have all the Peterbilts and everything else like that, I went into my profile section in Euro Truck, made a duplicate copy of my existing profile, and I saved that somewhere else on my game called Profiles. And then I went in, launched up the multiplayer. I used my existing profile. It took all the mods out of it, left me with several spots with no trucks, and I used that to play with. And that way I have all the map locations already opened up and all that other stuff, and my players already got a high rank, and that way I can play multiplayer. Now, if I want to go back and play in single player and I want to go back using modded trucks, I just have to take the profile that I'm using for multiplayer, swap it out with the profile that I have for single player, and then I can put all my modded trucks back in there. I won't have any of the progress that I make while I'm in multiplayer, but I'll still have my profile basically at where it started with. That's the way I do it anyways. There's probably other ways to do it. The simplest way is just start a new profile and start from scratch. I know a lot of people have done that. They've gotten the money mod and thrown themselves some extra money in there, and then run that way. It's to each his own. I've spent so much time playing that profile though, I just don't want to give it up. And I always keep a backup profile anyways, and I'll say this, having been around Recon enough to see him corrupt his profile many times, and the game's a lot more forgiving than it used to be as far as profiles go, but I always keep a backup of my profile. I make a copy of it, keep it somewhere on my hard drive, and I periodically update that, so that if I do add in a mod like a truck, and especially I'll update my profile before I put a new mod in. So if when the game patches and there's a new patch that might break a mod, I usually will back up my profile. When I find a new truck that I think is interesting, before I put it in, I back up my profile, and that way I just have it there, because I've spent so much time building that profile up. You know, I think I've got nearly 400 days on that profile, and yeah, I just don't want to mess it up. But anyways, that's the way I do it. Other people might do it another way, but yeah, you got to go to you got to start though by going to ets2mp.com. That is the website for the multiplayer, and they have several different servers. They got some European servers, an American server, an Australian server. And you can go and drive on whichever one you want to. You know, we've been driving on Euro 1. It's usually the busiest one. So finally remembered this evening to turn up the rain so I could get more snow on there for the winter mod. Let's see. Todd Dang Moose, I was waiting on the video. I caught the stream. He's talking about the Euro Truck video. Fell asleep and missed the tail end of it. You didn't miss a whole lot. I actually didn't finish my route because it got to 3 hours, and once we dropped off Dan's route, everybody called it a night and went to bed. So I basically ended the stream, and then I hot ran down there and dropped my load off, got it done. But yeah, I didn't have anybody really to talk to, and I was tired, so I sort of shut the stream off while I ran that route down there, because I really wasn't I didn't have much to chat about at that point, and I was going to be by myself, so she didn't miss a whole lot. Kimberly Ford, I like. What are you playing this on? PC or console? That was Euro Truck. Play everything on PC. I don't do any videos of games on console. So if you see me do a game and it's on this channel, I do everything on PC. My console sits in a closet. I don't use it for anything other than a dust collector or a bookend for a couple of boxes that are up there. So that should answer that question. Let's see. Moose, I'm having an issue with placeable trees from ROS and T2K mods not placing. I used the links from your list for the mods. Finish adjusting. I'm in the process of removing them and testing for conflicts. Man, I don't know. So they're actually in the game and you can actually get them in the game. That's a good one. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I haven't ever had an issue with them not placing. You do have the UPK, right? Because you have to have the UPK installed for them to actually work. Now, if you're seeing the mod in the game, like you're seeing the Rosenthaler game trees in the game. Let me stop here for a second. If you're in the menu system here, and you go into the mods, and it sounds like you've actually got the mods in there because you're saying you're able to play. You've got them. If you've got this point and you can't place them down, do you have the UPK mod? Because you do have to have the UPK mod. All of these have to have that UPK mod in there, so make sure you read the directions on that. If you don't have the UPK, they're not going to work for you. So make sure you have that. That's the only other thing I could think of, unless you just have a mod conflict with something else that you've got in the game. My suggestion for you would be, and I say this all the time, is go into your games, launch up a stock map like let's say Pure and Home, and take your mods folder, duplicate it, move it somewhere safe, and have a mods folder with nothing in it but the Rosenthaler trees and the UPK, and then go in there to a stock map like Pure and Home and see if they work. If they work there, they should work in your other map. Then you can go back and put your mods in into your mods folder, go back into your map and try again. If it doesn't work at that point, then you've got a mod conflict somewhere with another mod. But I have never really known of that to conflict with any other mods. So, and I mean, I use it all the time. Absolutely love it. So, somebody was giving me a hard time about growing orange trees on this map. They were like, well, you really wouldn't grow orange trees in Canada. And I know he's funning with me, but just because this map is called Manchester and it's got a Canadian flag on it, doesn't mean I think it's in Canada. I'm not Canadian, so I really don't respect the Canadian flag on top of that thing. It's just art. I like the map. I don't take the map location literally in this. I'm just going to grow whatever I want. For all I'm concerned, this map could be in Georgia or Wisconsin or somewhere like that. Just because Reaper put a Canadian map on it, that don't mean a whole lot to me. Unless I'm trying to do a theme map, that stuff don't matter. I'm doing a theme map, and that's a whole different story. I'm just playing to have fun. And I just like the look of an orange tree versus the apple tree or the pear trees or any of those other ones. But yeah. Alright, let's go. Selling potatoes. Making some money. Let's see. Josh, in reference to the Fendt 900 series, could the tractor be shaking because of the drive control mod? I'm just thinking back. I don't remember the tractor shaking that bad. It's always shook ever since I've had it. I don't know that it's drive control as much as the tractor itself. I think Castaway even had an issue with it when he was commenting all the time in the channel, and I don't know if it's drive control or not. I'm not going to lose drive control to save the tractor, I know that much. I guess I could pull drive control out one day and see, but I really don't have anything running in drive control either that would cause it to shake, because I've got the field control, or the what is it called, field reaction, or whatever that whole thing is that makes the tractor balance in drive control. I've got that turned completely off. So I don't think that, I really don't see where drive control would mess it up. And like I say, it doesn't bounce like that when it doesn't have a load on it. It's only when it's loaded. It's something in the script that they've got for when it's loaded makes it do that. Am I going to play any more Fallout 4? Yeah. Probably Saturday. I thought about recording some tonight, but yeah, it wasn't an evening to record it, but I'll get some more done. I don't know what it is about. I was sort of holding off on doing any more Fallout until I got my graphics card in, and of course you guys know the issue with the graphics card. So you know, because I was thinking, man, if I get that new graphics card in, it's just going to be sweet, and you know, the graphics, will they be that much better in Fallout? And yeah, the graphics card never arrived. So, well, it arrived, but it was the wrong one. Arrived. Me and my improper grammar sometimes. But yeah, you know, might do it Saturday night. It's all in what I'm in the mood for, you know. And you know, it hasn't been one of those that has jumped out at me as record me. But I'm trying to, like, I really have been trying this week to get more content recorded, like more games. If you noticed, I tried to get, you know, a Euro truck in, a Project Cars in, Farm Sim in. We're trying to, you know, basically construction sim. I've been trying to hit everything this week. I still need to do like a Hunter video and probably some Fallout. So I am trying to get more of the other games recorded. I know for a bit it was just basically Fallout and Farm Sim, and then it was Fallout and I don't know, but it's always Farm Sim for the most part. I'm trying to get back into hitting some of those other games and recording those on a regular basis. The Hunter, not so much motivated to jump into there. There's nothing really new going on, and you know, you can bow hunt so many times and it'd be interesting, and then it just, you're doing the same thing over and over again, just a little bit different scenery. So and then when I did the live stream on it, so many people cried about how long it took to get an animal in there, which was somewhat irritating. It's hunting, it's not shooting. So I don't know. I'm trying to get it all in there. So, but to answer your question, yes, there's more Fallout coming. I might do that. Might record some of that in the morning and get that up for you. But if not, probably Saturday night I'll do a little live stream on that. Alrighty. Alright. Let's pull up in here. Let's see. Oh, by the way, speaking of the streams, it's pretty much been verified now. Everybody who watched the live stream on Friday, and in Farm Sim as well as in the Euro Truck, anybody who was having issues, I pretty much pushed them over to the gaming side to watch the stream on gaming.youtube.com. And because it is from the horse's mouth, it is optimized for streaming over there. And so if you do watch the live streams, and it's best that you watch it on the gaming side because you get a better experience there, as it is optimized for it. So when you're watching the streams, I'll encourage everybody to head over to the gaming.youtube.com for the live streams over there, and you can watch the videos over there as well. So make sure you bookmark that. And if you haven't subscribed over on the gaming side, make sure you do. They're making some adjustments to it. They announced a lot of API features, or the fact that they're rolling out some API features today. They're rolling out the ability to have like subscribers set up to where you can give a subscriber service and allow people to have, you know, yourself to have different levels of subscriptions, which is interesting. You know, you can manage your subscribers within there. So if somebody donates and stuff like that, you can do basically the stuff that you can do on Twitch with subscribers. I really don't have anything to hold over anybody's head, so I don't really see myself using any of that stuff. But they are going to unleash Chatbot, or Nightbot, so that's going to be good. And that'll aid out with a little bit of moderation, though I'm not going to be able to have Nightbot. It'll get rid of the profanity, and it'll get rid of people asking for shout outs all the time, but it won't get rid of the guy who got in there the other night and was making Ethiopian jokes and Hitler jokes and things like that. You know, that's something that I've just got to go in there and lay the hammer down on myself. So that's all right. Maybe soon I'll find a couple of people to help moderate it, because it could get out of control. Right now, I just average about, 30, 40 people at a time watching. And most of you guys are really good, and I don't have to worry about it. It's that one seed that comes in that's pretty bad. And, I got to get rid of that one person, so. And it's never been an issue as far as gameplay until Wednesday night when I was in Euro Truck driving in multiplayer, and I couldn't pull off fast enough just to get rid of the guy, And any other time it wouldn't be an issue for me, but that one game was a pain in the rear end, and made me wish I had a moderator at that point in the channel, But it's hard to get a moderator in there, or it's hard for me to ask anybody to say, hey, can you moderate, when I don't even know what times we're gonna broadcast on that late one. And any other time it's not a problem. When it's just single player, when I'm by myself, it's no problem for me to moderate. But man, when we're doing that multiplayer and me having to stop affects other people's games, I just absolutely hate that. So but that's just me. I worry more about inconveniencing the other people than myself. Alright, come on now. Jump back to first person a little bit. Still haven't figured out a solution to get Track IR working again in Farm Sim without putting Windows into safe mode. And seeing as I played some Arma the other night, and some of the other games I'm playing don't work in safe mode, it's too much of a hassle to try and switch my computer over to safe mode every time I want to use Track IR. So I don't know that I'm going to be using it anytime soon. It would be great if somebody would come up with a better solution for it. Because I wish I had it. But it's invaluable in Euro Truck, I'll tell you that much. Alrighty, how much we got left here? Inventory. We still got 100,000 liters, so we'll take one more truckload. That'll leave us with 40,000 liters of potatoes. That way, if we need them for pigs or something like that down the road, we can take care of that. Alright. So Angie asked me the other night in the live stream, and I didn't get a chance to answer her, or I got sidetracked and didn't answer her. She asked me how many cows we have right now. We have 100 head of cattle in the dairy. I got 100 head of sheep over here, and then in the beef area, I believe we have 50. Is that right? 40 or 50? Let's look real quick. Chickens, pigs. 52 beef is what we've got right now, and 11 of them are at slaughter weight. Yeah, so they're only 100% productive. I wonder if I do need to haul a load of potatoes over there. They'll fatten without them, It might not hurt to haul a load over and get them going. I think though my basic thing was I never have needed them. Alright. So we're making bank on these potatoes. They had to sit for a little bit, but they might have a few eyes on them. Just kidding. You gotta store them right. Cool, dark place. Ooh, you want to talk about something that smells bad? Go into a potato bunker. Or barn or wherever. Go in there when some potatoes have rotted. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness me. Talk about choke and puke. Ooh. Ooh. My uncle had some go bad. And I went over there to help clean it out. And, you know, sanitize it and all that other stuff. I ran a front loader to clean them out. And the stench was even in the front loader. Oh. I mean, it just would choke you. It was so bad. Yeah, nothing quite like the smell of rotten potatoes. Something happened, like he had a vent fan go bad or something like that, and I forget why it happened. But holy cow, that was a horrible smell. Yeah. Alright. Oops. Made my turn a little late. Y'all know me. If I'm in a truck, I gotta hit something. I'm gonna get the reputation of just pounding everything when I drive. Though tonight, I drove, you know, came home. I was a little bored. I thought, what am I gonna do? I was waiting on to see what Alex wanted to do, if he wanted to record or anything this evening. So I decided I'd jump in Euro truck and haul a load. I went all the way from Poland to Norway, to Oslo, and had no problems whatsoever. Didn't touch a thing. Man, but the minute I start recording, watching chat, doing all that other stuff, trying to do little camera movements or whatever to please other people, that's when I make stupid mistakes. Trying to go, oh, you want me to change the camera so you can see the puppy dog sitting on my dashboard? Wham! Run into the side of the interstate. Never fails. Oh, you want to see the truck? Let me go into third person view and I'll spin the camera around so you can see it. Wham! Hit a vehicle, flip it on its side. I'm good at that stuff. I'm awesome at it. Alright, so that's going to be it for the potatoes. So we'll take this guy back to the farm and load it up. Joseph the Awesome, do you use a controller? I use a lot of stuff, Joseph. Basically, when I play, I'm using, and let me see what video you posted that on, so I know for sure. And that is on Farm Sim. For Farm Sim, I use 4 controllers. I use the G27 steering wheel for my steering of a vehicle. Then I have 2 Logitech 3D Pro joysticks that I use for farming or for forestry, as well as like my right joystick I use for boom operations on front loaders, telehandlers, things like that, to control the boom. And then I use the second controller when I do forestry and you have multiple axes to run. So I use those 2 together for forestry. I use one of them for agricultural front loader stuff. And then I keep a PS3 controller hooked up all the time for doing things that are out of vehicle, walking around on foot, because it's not really easy to walk around with a with the G27. So I find it's easiest just to have that controller there. So that's what I do. That's how I got everything set up. You also asked what drive control I use. I just use whatever the latest version of drive control is. So alright. So we'll park this guy back in here, dump the trailer here at least, and then I'm going to head over to the beef farm. And we got a little bit of time left over. I think we'll collect up the oranges real quick. Maybe sell some lettuce off, because the lettuce I know is a full trailer load at this point. And somebody was wondering how much lettuce sold for, so it'll be a good thing for us to take a look at and see exactly how much the lettuce is. So let's see where we're at here. I think we're in good enough shape. So we'll drop that and we'll head over to the other farm with this truck. Eventually I just want to leave this truck over at the other farm. Use it to maneuver the to use it to haul off the produce trailer. I saw on the mod sites yesterday, I guess, the original cooler trailer that I was using, the original reefer that I was using, the cargo bull, somebody has put out an updated version of that, though I don't know that they've updated the fruits that you can use with it, so it's not really right. But I did notice it. But it didn't really say that it had been updated to carry more fruits and vegetables. And I like that trailer. I like the art on it. I wouldn't mind having it again for this map. I'm not in love with the artwork on the current Smith's cargo bull that we have. Alright, into the farm we go. We at some point need to come over here and fertilize the grass and our grass field and get that done. They need to be fertilized and watered so that they'll grow up to be healthy grass. Alright, let's see. I'm going over here to this trailer back here. And we'll grab it, and we'll grab some lettuce and get that hauled off. Which lettuce is in this front one. And again, if we turn this on, we should see how much lettuce we got. Well, we're not close enough. I think there's like 20,000 heads of lettuce in there. Or liters of lettuce. I don't know. There we are. Hook up. Alright. So we'll pull forward here to the front door of the lettuce facility. Actually, let's do this properly. Pull around and back up to it. Yeah, there's 20,000 there, so let's just back up to it. But it's only 40%. See if we can back up and fill this thing up real quick. But I think the capacity on this, I forget the capacity on it. It's like 20 or 40%. So is that going to trigger right there? Come on. Trigger, load. Load. It may not load right there. Let's see if there's anything else I need to do to this thing to get it to load. No, it should load automatically, so it won't work backed up to it. I guess I'll just have to back up and hit the front corner on it. Let's see. I know it'll work if I just bring the front corner over to it. Load. There we go. Alright, so we're grabbing lettuce. And we're going to take it and sell it off. Make some money off of it finally. The last load of lettuce we took, of course, ended up in complete failure because it didn't actually register and give us any money. So this time, though, we should get some money out of it. So apparently this thing takes 40,000. Good to know, good to know. Alright, so there's our 20,000 head of lettuce. Or liters of lettuce. I like to refer to it as heads. So we'll go with it that way. We'll call it a head of lettuce just because we can. And there are no set rules in this game. As in my experiences, lettuce is sold by the head, not by the poundage or by the liters, which would be volume. Alright, so we're headed up to town, and like I said, we put in a sell point there behind the grocery store using the Rosenthaler trigger so they can sell the lettuce off there. Since I wasn't able to sell at the wool sell point, and I wasn't able to get it to sell at the old trigger that we had. Beep beep. How'd I lose my horn? Oh, there it is. It's in the wrong place. Overtaking. Yeah. Alright. So run back around here, head over to the sell point, and we will make some money on these. Yeah, we'll get them sold off. I'm curious to see how much we get out of it. Even 20,000, so it'd be interesting to see what the sell price is on them. I think I've actually shown y'all what I did over here, so we'll pull back around over here. The one thing I can get rid, I was able to get rid of the Maru trigger, but not the T2K trigger. Why? I can't ever sell it. I'll get rid of it once it's there. So what I did was I put the Rosenthaler sell point right here, which is, you know, I hate that it's got that big huge sign right there, but yeah, so let's see. How much do we get for lettuce? Well, let's see. So it is selling off, and we're getting a lot of money. And y'all, I didn't pay attention to how much money I was getting. Come on, give me a green number. It didn't give me the number. I did not pay attention to what my starting figure was. It was 8 something, so it looks like we got about 15 grand, maybe something like that. I can't think that we got 20,000 out of it. I can always go back and see it when I've watched the video back. But it's money. That's all that matters. And we're doing quite well now. 820,000. And we still got a lot of grain in the silos, and we're about to get a ton of corn chaff. So we're going to sell off the I'm going to sell off the Chrome Big X that we have. Going to get rid of it. We're going to get a different harvester to use. Curious as what harvester you guys think we ought to use. But we'll pick up a new harvester, and I might rent one instead of buying it. I might just rent one. Maybe we keep the one that we got and I just rent one for this harvest that's coming up, because we got quite a bit of corn to chop, and then I can let you guys tell me, you know, maybe which one we ought to use, and maybe that's what we do. All right. So we'll head back down here, drop this trailer off, and I think we'll call this an episode at that point. I still got to pick the oranges, but I can do that real quick in the live stream, and then fast track time forward, and we'll be ready to go. I got quite a bit of oranges they need sold off too. Maybe that's the way I start off the live stream and then go from there. But anyways, not the most farm video, but it's part of the process, you know. And I hope you guys enjoy the fact that I show you everything and don't just go, so I've got to haul these potatoes off of it. I'm going to do that and I'll be back in a minute. And then cut the whole process out of the video and only show you the fact that we did it. So I hope that you guys like that. Special blogger, thank you for your comment. Appreciate the fact you think I am cool. I don't think I'm cool, but thank you for anyways. Glad you enjoy the videos and glad you enjoy the series. To hear anybody reference me as cool is just kind of like, huh? What are you talking about? I don't think of myself as cool. And honestly, when I see people say that stuff, it takes a little bit for me to get used to people enjoying the stuff and everything. I'm kind of like, are they trying to be, you know, making fun of me or something? I'm like, I'm not cool. I'm just a nerd. I'm an old nerd that likes video games. At least that's what I would be considered. Though this nerd would kick your butt. Alright, anyways. Thanks for watching, guys. That's going to do it for this video. I know there's no farming really involved in it. It's just selling potatoes and selling some lettuce, but it had to be done. And I don't like to do those things off video, and all of a sudden you watch one video and then you come in and I say, well, I sold some potatoes and look, now we have $300,000 extra in the coffer, and you don't really see how that money was acquired. So I do like to do that. So I feel like, you know, and those videos have to be done, and that's a good chance for me to read through some comments and talk about some things that are going on. But yeah, look at that. Oh, we definitely got to get rid of these oranges. How many we got? 36,000, so we're just about full there. There's the strawberries. So we're doing pretty good. We got to continue to work, but we're getting there. Alright, guys, well, thanks for watching, and again, we'll be doing the live stream Friday night. It will start at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. I know that's 1 o'clock in the morning over in Europe, and I do apologize for that, but those are the hours that I keep, and it'll be a couple hours long. And then after that live stream, then I'll end up doing like a 5-hour constructions, most likely. So anyways, look forward to seeing you guys. If you can make the live stream, please do. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up on it and like it. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And don't forget to jump over to YouTube Gaming. If you haven't subscribed over there, make sure you subscribe on YouTube Gaming as well. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a wonderful day today, and I will see you later. Take it easy. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.